Okay, welcome everybody. And we're super excited to welcome you guys all to our 2023 goal setting call. And we've got some really great tips for you guys tonight. And we just want to, address the elephants in the room tonight. So first off, we have Kay Nowachuk, and she's going to talk to us about our January incentives.
All right, so I get the easy part. So first of all, was everybody on the call that just ended, that was on earlier today, or just what it started like an hour ago. So if you missed the corporate call, make sure you go back and watch the recording if you registered for it. But if not, it's on the Brand Ambassador Facebook page. But just a couple quick things about the small steps to wellness that corporate is going to be doing is that your small wins, hashtag small wins that corporate, everybody is going to start posting about. Some of us already have been. Make sure you are posting those on your public Facebook page. So even if you have your Facebook page set to private, when you use that hashtag, make sure that you are setting it to a public post or onto the Pivotal Facebook page. If you haven't already signed up for the Facebook Pivotal page, you can go ahead and do that. All you need to know is your membership number so that they make sure that everybody who is on that page is current with their VIP or brand ambassador membership. A couple of quick just tips that I wrote down from the call is that the Wellness Wednesday calls are going to also be on the Facebook Pivotal page. That's going to share wellness tips, health hacks, videos. So these are things that you want to be sending personal messages to every single one of your VIP customers that has a current membership, so that they are adding themselves to that Facebook page and getting this extra support and these extra things. Because also on the second and fourth Wednesday of every month, on the Ambassador Community page and on the Pivotal Facebook page, there's going to be chances to win swag, VIP Experience Convention. So corporate is really going to be helping us get everyone excited and pushing for these small wins. So that's the first thing. So this would be for all of your brand ambassadors this month. Who's going to earn their boots for Nashville? I am. So you can earn actually 2 pairs of boots. The first pair, it's $150 e-gift card to Boot Barn. The first one you can earn by signing 3 new VIP customers with a $100 initial order or a welcome pack. But you can earn that second gift card at another $150 by signing up an additional 3 VIPs for a total of 6, or helping a level 1 advance to silver or above. And just a really quick thing, when I was reading through the Help Center today, when you do earn this by adding 3 people, you will get an email. And if you can also opt out of the $150 e-gift card and get $100 cash into your Paylution account. So if you don't want the $150 e-gift card, you can get $100. So that's the incentives. So some specials for your current customers or new customers. Corporate has extended the welcome pack pricing for Reset Plus combos through the month. Anyone who orders that or orders anything that's $175 or more will get free shipping this month also. And if you have an order of $199 or more, you will get a free hand mixer. So there's lots of extra perks to help you sign some people up with some freebies this month. And the product of the season is greens. So last season, for the last 3 months, last quarter was collagen. This time it is greens that you can get for 450 perks points. And my last little plug is that there's still time to register for the virtual Super Saturday, which is January 14th. It's only $19.95 to register. And with that, you're going to get 3 free enrollment codes plus 10% off your order for any new people who sign up. So it's definitely worth that $19.95. So that's what's going on this month. Lots going on.
Yes.
Excited.
Thank you, Kay. And don't think that you have to, you want to be familiar with all that, but you can always find it in your back office, find it all over team pages. Usually most of us have it on our cover page, like most of the incentives. So it's That's a lot of stuff. So I'm
The
pretty
help center is my best friend. I'm always going to the help center, typing in whatever, and it will pop up all the, what if this, what if that, what happens, what not. So utilize your help center in your back office.
Yeah. Anytime I ask something that I should know, Kay's like, oh, I don't know. Let me go to the help center. So it's a friendly reminder. Okay. Next up, we have Sapphire Ambassador Melissa Amos. Are you there, Melissa? Yeah. Okay.
All right, guys. So one thing that we wanted to touch on tonight, because, this is a goal setting call, but it is January. And we know that January is a little bit different for us. We all come into January and we want to set goals, but we not only want to set goals for the beginning of the month, but we want to kind of set the tone for the entire year. And we were talking yesterday about kind of what we wanted to talk about tonight. And one of the things that I really felt like was really important was, what goals are you setting for yourself outside of Plexus, but that involve Plexus? So things that you can do outside of your business that will help or hurt your business if you don't do them well. And so I really felt like it was important to just kind of dedicate like 7-8 minutes to some things that I feel like that and guys, when I say this, like, I know that 2022, maybe even your 2021 has been a rough year. I know that some of you are like, dang, like, I need this. I need something to pick up. I need something to change, right? We were talking about acknowledging the elephant in the room. Brandy said that, like, we all know that some of you are like, oh my gosh, like you're about to pull your hair out. I've really been praying about this over the last several months, especially the last month. I've really been kind of honing in on praying about, Lord, what do you want me to change in my life in order to help my business? And so I kind of want to touch on 4 ways that I am personally changing things in my life and in my habits that I know are going to positively affect my Plexus business. And so I really wanted to share these with you tonight. Now, these are things that I've done in the past. So it's not something brand new that I'm implementing in my life just all of a sudden, and I've never tested this out. But I do know that when I do these things, I'm a much more productive, much more effective human being. And so I want you guys to jot this down, and then Brandy is going to talk next about setting your Plexus business goals. But this is something that we wanted to kind of, we want to pour into you guys for your business, but we also want to pour into you guys as humans, because we know that Plexus is this small part of your life and everything else can affect that. So number 1 is your spiritual life. And I'm going to talk to you all like you love Jesus and you want that a part of your life, because that is a huge part of my life. And I feel like it positively affects my Plexus business when I am in line with what he wants for my life. And so being in prayer is huge for me. If I am not praying about my business, if I'm not praying for where God wants to lead my business, I do not see my business going as well when I do not start that way. One thing that I'm implementing this new year is starting my day. Guys, we hop on our phones, right? That's the first thing we do, is hop on our phones in the mornings. Start your day just asking the Lord to direct your day, and maybe reading a Bible verse, or maybe doing a devotion first thing in the morning, instead of checking your Facebook, checking your Instagram, and hopping right into your business. Like, right? We want to do that. Let's stop and start with the first, right? The first thing. Another thing that I am implementing this year that I have done in the past that has worked really well for me is when I'm working, I turn on worship music. When I'm not turning on a podcast or something that's personal development, is I'm listening to worship music and really trying to implement that in my day. Guys, it just sets the tone, because there are times in your day when you're working your business when you're going to get really aggravated about something, or you're going to get really just frustrated, or you're going to see somebody rank up and you feel like you should be ranking up. But if you are directing your thoughts upward and not outward, you are going to really align yourself and be able to be in a better mindset to work your business. So spiritual is number 1. Number 2 is mindset. Gratitude journals are fabulous. I have mine right here. I have already started it. This is my gratitude journal. It is going everywhere with me. Now, am I going to fill it out every single day religiously? I'm probably going to skip a couple days, not a week, but throughout the months, right? But if we really take the time to be grateful for what we have, our mindset is going to shift. personal development is going to be huge for you guys. So like, I kind of consider my lulls in my business time for me to grow in other areas. So, you know, if I've got a lull in my business and nobody's messaging me and I don't have any potentials like right there that I'm talking to right that moment, I'm like, okay, let's think about what podcast can I listen to? You know, what can I do to really like grow myself in these moments of just there isn't a whole lot going on, right? So instead of thinking about, I don't have anybody to talk to or nobody's in the pipeline right now, think about, okay, how can I grow today? So personal development, y'all aren't going to like this one. Some people cringe at this one, but rest. Taking that day of rest, taking that time to actually rest your mind and rest your body. I was talking to some of my team today and we were just talking about how we get into bed and where our mind is going and we wake up in the middle of the night and we're thinking about all these crazy things. And it's sometimes because we don't take the time to rest our minds. I'm talking to myself in all of this, guys. So I'm not just talking to you. These are things that I'm going to be implementing. And then another thing I wrote down for our mindset is stop scrolling mindlessly and just scroll it. Y'all, we love the reels, right? We love to scroll and see I'm the nosiest person. I love to see what's going on in somebody's life. I will go down a rabbit hole quicker than anybody else, quicker than Alice in Wonderland. I'm like down in the bottom somewhere, like searching out all the things. Like be mindful of that. And let me tell you what that creates. It creates FOMO, like, oh, well, I didn't go where they went. Or it creates, oh, well, I'm not traveling where they're traveling. Or I don't have that cute outfit. Or I don't maybe look that great that I don't think that I do in a picture. It creates like this sense of just turmoil in our minds. And so if we stop scrolling so much, turn it off, spend time with our family and get to like the things that we know we need to be doing, we'll be so much more efficient. So that's your mind. Number 3 is healthy habits. And by this, I mean making your bed, like stupid things. Y'all would not believe how much better I feel when I make my bed in the mornings. Planning out your meals. When I plan out my meals for my week, and I don't mean you have to plan out breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I'm talking even just your meals at night. Think about how much more calm your day is going to be if you say, okay, Monday night, we're having this. Tuesday night, we're having this. Wednesday night, and you don't deviate unless something crazy happens. Your day and your week is going to go so much easier, but you're also going to be mindful of what you're putting in your mouth, right? Office hours. Some of you are like, I don't have office hours. Well, let's try something in 2023. And let's say I am going to work my business on Mondays from 9 to 11, because that's when I know I have that window. And on Tuesdays, I'm going to work my business from 2 to 3, because that's when I know I have my window. And in your planner, and if you don't have a planner for the love, go get one. Write in your planner 2 to 3 Plexus office hours. Whatever that looks like for you, plan it out and keep your appointment with yourself. Drinking your water. Taking your supplements. I know that sounds crazy to people who we promote supplements, but all of us, raise your hand if you have been this one over the last month or two, you have been like skipping your Slim or skipping your Active. Am I the only one? Come on, y'all, give me a break. Seriously, like I'm skipping my Metaburn. I don't think I've taken my Metaburn in a month. Okay, I'm just saying, I'm being honest with you guys. I'm telling you the truth. There have been several times where I have not taking my Probiotic 5 at night. And if I'm not doing those things regularly, obviously I'm not taking good care of my body, but it's going to start showing, right? So make sure that you're scheduling yourself for some healthy habits to help your body work better. Okay. And then the number 4 is your body, not just taking your supplements, but making time for exercising. And I made this its own thing, because some of you are like, I don't exercise. That's not my thing. Okay, I get it. That's fine. I haven't been going to the gym a whole lot lately either. Let's just be real honest. But if you're taking time, just get outside for a walk. Use that as family time. I know Randy Underwood is doing like this whole thing with her, outside for so many hours with her family. That is wonderful. That's family time. You're moving your body. You're getting your heart rate up, whatever that looks like for you. I don't care if you do Zumba or yoga or CrossFit, or if you just go out for a walk every day, something to move your body. But let me tell you what else it's going to do. that is also going to help your mindset. And it's also going to help you put forth some healthy habits for the new year. So I wanted to kind of go over those 4, and I hope I didn't take too much time, but I wanted to kind of go over those 4 and give you guys some things to think about. No, we're not going to be perfect every day. No, these are not going to be something that you guys are going to be, 100% all the time. But if you will implement some of these things in 2023, I promise you, it's going to help you in your Plexus business be way more efficient. So.
Thank you, Melissa. Honestly, I needed to hear some of those things. And Melissa and Kay and I were on a call earlier today, or yesterday, can't even keep up my days, just kind of going over, what we're going to talk about tonight. And we probably talked for an hour and a half about just exactly what she's talking about. Like, sometimes, Plexus can kind of just take over, and we have to get back to the basics. And that's really what I want to talk to y'all about tonight is, many of you on this call, like, you guys have like killed it in 2022. Like, you ranked up, you literally earned every single incentive. And I am so proud of you. Like, I really, it doesn't happen, just on its own. So I really want you to know how proud I am of you, and because I know what it takes. But there are many of you on this call, or maybe you're listening to the recording right now, and, you're just here. Like, you're listening to the recording right now, you're showing up, but that's it. Like, you're, if you're being honest, you feel totally defeated right now, because you saw all those other people in the first group that I was talking about. You saw them winning all the incentives. You saw all their cute pictures. You saw them ranking up. But what you may not see on the other side of that is all the work that they have put into that. And because, again, it does not happen by chance, y'all. They set goals, and they did all the little small wins every day. And, we can talk about small wins in your personal life with your exercise and your weight loss and your healthy eating, but in your business, like, it just hit me today that we have got to get back to just the small things that, move the needle every day. And it's really not anything, earth shattering. Like, we've got to get back to the basics. And, a lot of times, like Melissa was saying, you lay in the bed, because that really is when it hits me, is usually in the middle of the night. But those little voices, like, literally start creeping in, and you'll be saying things to yourself, or the voices will be saying things to yourself, not in like a schizophrenia kind of way, but, like voices that are saying, I'm tapped out. I've peaked. I'm not smart enough. She ranked up and I didn't. My points went backwards. I've hit my leadership lid. I'm a horrible leader. No one wants to follow me. I just want you to know that I see you. If there's anything that I've learned throughout my Plexus journey, is that I have to control my thoughts, or those thoughts and those little voices will control me. They will control my marriage. They will control my relationship with my children. They'll control my business. And I've got to get a handle on what thoughts I let, come into my head. The fear and the doubt will start seeping in, like I said, into literally every area of my life, your life. It's just not a good thing. So I want you to know that I see you. If you're also in avoidance mode, and I'm also, like Melissa said, I'm preaching to the choir right here, because I did this actually today. I was kind of feeling a little bit, I don't know if overwhelmed is the right word, but a little bit convicted when I had to prepare for this call, because, again, I'm talking to myself. Maybe I haven't necessarily been doing all the things. I've kind of had a couple, personally, a couple rough months, broke my foot. And then, of course, there were the holidays, but I'm not using that as an excuse. I could have still been doing all the things. I was still working, but I know in my head that there were a few things that I was avoiding. And so today, I started cleaning out my closet. I started, going through some things, even though I knew that I needed to sit down and prepare for this call. So maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you're putting off, reaching out to people. You're putting off all the things that you need to do. You're putting off even writing down your goals, because you're scared of of failure. You're scared that if you actually write them down, then that's going to hold you accountable. And then if you don't reach them, then you're going to feel like a failure. And I'm like the queen of that. I have never, one of my business coaches, you know, was always holding me accountable and making me tell him like how many people I'm going to personally add each month, how many people my team's going to add each month. And y'all, I don't like that. I'll be honest. I'm not one that likes to be held accountable, but if you're going to succeed in this business, you've got to find somebody, whether it's your sponsor or whether it's a coach or a sideline, or maybe your husband or your best friend, someone that's going to hold you accountable to what you say that you're going to do and what you set your goals to for this business. So if you're having all those thoughts and maybe you ranked up and maybe you've lost rank, or maybe you've earned an incentive before, I promise you, if somebody else has done it, you can do it. And if you did it before, you can do it again. So, there are ebbs and flows in this business. There's going to be some months, like usually June and July, it's like just crazy. We're recruiting like crazy and our teams are in full momentum. And then we get to December and it's kind of like, everybody just kind of checks out and everybody's busy. But that's just the nature of sales. I mean, really in any kind of business, you're going to have months where it's busier than it is in others. So like Melissa said, you definitely have to use that time to get organized, to maybe schedule out some posts and just kind of get back to the basics and maybe even get some much needed rest. I know for me, Cynthia, whenever I was in her Diamond Sprints group, that is the one thing, the very first requirement that she had was that as Jules, we had to take off 2 days consecutively. She didn't care which 2 days it was, but 2 days a week. And y'all, that was like terrifying to me. In 7, 8 years, I had never taken off 2 days, never. Like, that's not healthy. So, I think it's very important that we make sure that we're resting, but that rest doesn't turn into like 3 and 4 and 5 days. And then you're only working 2 days. You know what I mean? Okay. So how are you going to hit your goals? Like, what are we going to do? Again, we've been talking about small wins. And as a matter of fact, maybe you're on the corporate call. I think Kay was talking about that earlier. Some of the things she said was, maybe you're parking further away from the grocery store. And so you could get in more steps. It's a small win. Maybe you didn't eat your kids' leftover chicken nuggets. These are actually things that she said on the call. And, that's a small win and you can post about that. But what in our business, like how does that even relate? Okay. The first thing is cut out the noise. And what I mean by that is your phone has this cool little feature that's called Do Not Disturb. And I have recently learned to use it. And I would highly recommend whenever you sit down to do your winning day. And Kay, did you put that in the chat actually? The winning day?
They will not let me put it in the chat. So I'm going to put it in your runner's thread.
Okay.
And I know Lisa has it because it's on her Rank Makers page and Melissa has it. So I will put that in the chat threads because it will not let me add it. I've been trying. It won't let me add it.
Okay. Well, this is, it's a form that Kelly Foster made and it is wonderful. There are lots of winning days floating around, but we decided to use this one because it's so awesome. Like, it's got your short-term goals, long-term goals, and small wins on there. And so I loved it. And we asked her if she minded if we used it. And of course she said no. So, of course she said, yes, we could use it. So we're going to send that out in the chats later, but, cut out the noise, get out your winning day and, fill out your winning day every day. And again, this is not anything earth shattering, y'all, but if you're not doing those small things every day, you can't just do a winning day once a week and expect your business to move forward. You can, there are people that do, but if you want to move your business forward quickly and you want to grow quicker, then you're going to do this winning day every day. So again, use the do not disturb, because our devices are made to make us literally have ADHD. And so it's very, very helpful to cut out all that noise, stop scrolling, and literally get out your paper. I printed it out and looks like this. It's got just the regular winning day, and the next page has got for the whole month of January. And that's the one that I want you guys to really focus on. So when you get off the call, make sure you either print this out, or you can probably fill it out, digitally as well. But I want you guys to fill that out, and I want you to message it to your sponsor and your closest jewel. And if you message it to me, I will send you a $5 incentive code. Okay. It's that important. It's that important to me, because it's just been proven, people that write down their goals are so much more likely to actually achieve those goals. Okay. You're going to put your device in do not disturb. You're going to print out your winning day. The second thing is, I want you to write down your points every single day this month. Like, if you haven't already started it, get out your calendar and write out your points every single day. Again, that's not something that I ever liked to do, but when I started doing it, y'all, I ranked up to diamond, because it made me accountable, and accountable is, it's just something we have to do if you want to be successful. It lets you see where like the holes are in your business, or where you're losing points, instead of waiting until the 29th or 30th. And then you feel like you got to message 300 people in one night. Like, it's just not doable. And so that really, really helps if you write your points down every single day. When you're making out your goals, like, be realistic. If you are setting a goal to message 10 people a day, that's a great goal. But if you're being realistic and if you're being honest with yourself, if you've only averaged, maybe last month you only messaged 5 people in the whole month, maybe you want to scale back the 10 people a day thing and pick a number. It really doesn't matter what number you pick. All we care about, and all you should care about, is that you're consistent with that number. So if you're picking, if you're going to pick even 2 people a day, if that's sustainable for you, pick 2 and just stick with it, because consistency is everything in this business. Y'all know that. Again, let's get back to the basics. I know it sounds extremely simple, but let's just get back to posting daily, y'all. Some of us, I want you to go to your wall and scroll. Can people just say, you had a prospect, if they went to your wall right now, could they really tell? And I'm preaching to myself. Could they really tell what you did, what you're offering? I don't know. Like, that is something that I really try to do very often, is go and look at my own wall and just see. Get back to posting at least, at a minimum, 2 Plexus posts a week. And this is a little tip that I wanted to share with y'all. When you, if you change your Facebook to a creator account, you can actually schedule posts now. And so I don't know if y'all knew that, but this is huge, because when I first started, we could use all these apps and we could schedule posts. So we could sit down on Sunday night and schedule our Plexus posts for the week, or really all of our posts for the week. And we were done. And so the rest of the week, we just had to spend like actually reaching out to people. So we're kind of back to that. If you make your account creator, you can schedule those posts. So I think a lot of us had kind of gotten away from actually posting about Plexus that often. Somebody on there. So I want you to get back to that. And you can obviously share in your stories every single day about Plexus. Let's see if there's anything else. Okay, one last thing is Emily Gibson was talking this past week. She made a video about mini microing. She called it, I guess, mini microing your business. So basically what that is like, for me, I have a huge team. And a lot of you on here, I see, have huge teams. And so it can be kind of overwhelming. Like, you're like, I don't know where to start. Again, we're going to start with our winning day. That's the very first thing you do. But reach down to anybody that you have that's a runner and start talking to them. If you've got somebody brand new, take them and hold them by the hand and show them step by step, y'all. And then that person, like, they're going to learn how to do that, and then they're going to duplicate it down. And it just takes the pressure off of you, because you're not looking at everything as this huge mountain that you have no idea where to start. You could start with your posting. You can start with reaching out to people. You can also start with reaching out to your people who are working the business, and talking to them and ask them what their goals are. Because whenever you're making your, when you're setting your goals for what points you want for this month, if you're not actually reaching out to your runners and finding out where those points is, say I Diamond's 4,500 points. Okay. If I'm not reaching out to Tina and Randy and all my different leaders, to find out like what their goals are, what can I count on them for that month, then it's just kind of a shot in the dark. Like, I'm not really, like, I'm just guessing. And so what I'm saying is to you, if you have a couple of people who work in the business, individually talk to them, find out their goals, and find out where, what points can you count on them for? How many people are they going to add? And again, of course, how many are you going to add in the month? And so I think that's the last thing. And just stay laser focused, y'all. Cut out the noise. I think that is going to be my theme for this whole month. It's really going to be my theme for the whole year. But I'm going to micro down, mini micro, and think about this month right now. What can I do today? What can I do tomorrow, next week, and this whole month to reach my goals by the end of the year? Does anybody have any questions for us? Nothing? Y'all have anything to add, or anything that's working for y'all right now?
There is a question in the chat, Randy. Somebody asked to please link or pin what a winning day is and how to do that.
Okay, yes, Rebecca, I'll send it to you. I'm going to put it in my chat.
I did send it in your runner's chat too, Brandy.
Okay, yes. A winning day is basically it's just a checklist of the things that you need to do in your business every day. It just keeps you on track. So when you're sitting down to work your business, you're not just like, I don't know what to do. It's just so that you can sit down, and when you're done, most of the time you can put your phone away, except for obviously answering messages and things like that. It just is definitely something to keep you on track. And if you print one out for every single day, it's a place where you can put down who you've reached out to, and you can kind of go back and, see what you did the day before, what you need to do the next day. And it obviously has a place on there to set your goals as well.
And Kelly, thank you, Kelly Foster just sent me another PDF about tracking your points every day so you can see them month to month. So I'll send that to you, Melissa, and I'll also put that in your thread, Brandy.
Awesome. Thank you, Kelly. Is she on here? Does that say Kelly's iPhone? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Kelly, because these are fabulous. She is like the queen of making these sheets. I love them. So we appreciate you letting us use it. All right. Well, if nobody has any questions, that is it. And don't forget to send your closest jewel and your sponsor, your closest jewel, and me if you want a $5 incentive code. Send your goals. All right. Good night, y'all.